remember the old game show, will the real so-and-so please stand up? Remember that, to tell the truth? Will the real Falcons please stand up? 1-7 or 6-2? Which team is the real team?
I get it. It frustrates you guys. I mean, again, you two in particular, I mean, amongst a number of people, obviously. I get it.
Yeah.
I've listened and I've heard. And maybe I should be telling your fan base how my fan base is. But I appreciate it. And I understand it. Over the years, this isn't just, I get it.
What's up, y'all? Hey. It's Toby D, and you already know what it is. It's pound for pound ATL. Listen, man, I just want to thank everybody that tuned in on Tuesday night. We had a guest. I call him the draft buff, Mr. Alex Gilstrap. He is on Twitter, as a matter of fact, man. This guy seems very knowledgeable about the draft, like he told you. He started in 2018, really getting into it. And I feel like, man, he's come a great ways in what he is doing right now. You got to check that video out. I will have it tagged into this video, so you can check it out, man, and see what he was talking about and some of the names he was dropping for the Atlanta Falcons that could possibly be potential Atlanta Falcons, man. Check him out on Twitter. As a matter of fact, it's ALEXGILSTRAP. Alex Gilstrap, like he said, just that simple, man. Talk more draft with him. Find out other players that he is looking into and researching. He's got a great research log right now, and he's working on his big board. So check that out. Like I said again, man, thank you guys for tuning in that night. Tune in with us every other Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Me and J.R. Clark, man, we love to have you in the chat room, man. Very knowledgeable Falcons fans in that chat room that you can join and chop it up with, as you chop it up with us as we talk about our Atlanta Falcons. But I want to talk tonight about a poll that I put out on Twitter, and the poll basically said, have 2 7-9 seasons damage the confidence of the Atlanta Falcons fan base? And I'm gonna tell you right now, 72% said yes, while only 28% said no. Now, of course, that's only a small sample size, because, you know, I'm not that popular to get that big of a rating of a vote. But hey, that little sample size tells me that Falcons fans are definitely not confident in the Atlanta Falcons in 2020. And I'm just going to say this, do you really blame them? Can we call them not Falcons fans because they are highly upset with how this team has turned out? The only thing that bothered me, and I'm just going to tell y'all, was when Arthur Blank and Rich McKay came out just before the last game of the season against the Tampa Bay Bucks, and which was very smart, by the way, to do. And I'm going to tell you in a minute why I thought that was a smart move on them to do, as well as Thomas Dimitroff and Dan Quinn's presser right before that last game. He came out and he mentioned us in the same sentence, you guessed it, of the New Orleans Saints. How they went 7-9, 3 seasons in a row, and now look where they are. Now, unfortunately for them, luck just does not roll their way when it comes to leaving it up to the refs in those playoff games. But hey, that's another topic for another day. I'm not going to touch anywhere on that. But that, to me, bothered me, because we are rivals with them, and you guys know how we feel about the New Orleans Saints, especially on game day. Now, I'm going to tell you, I love everybody, but when it comes to game day and we're playing them New Orleans Saints, there is definitely a hate relationship going on between both teams and their fan bases when it comes to dealing with the New Orleans Saints. I don't like being compared to them. 7-9, I know he was saying he was not trying to do that, but him and Rich McKay to even mention that, that's a fan no-no to me. Now, I understand fans were so upset that even when the Atlanta Falcons had that turnaround 6-2 the second half of the season, fans still weren't showing up. And there was even a time when, after the Atlanta Falcons Twitter was thanking the players, the fans, for still supporting the team, even though the season didn't go the way everyone would have liked, DeMonte Casey came out and said they only had 11 fans. Now, I can understand that. You know, you have no liking for those that don't seem loyal and faithful to the team, even though they are in their moment of struggles. I can understand that wholeheartedly. But here's the thing. Fans are fans. We know how that goes. Now, you know how you will have your Matt Ryan haters that will always come there to Benz-stadium and still have Mike Vick jerseys on. So disrespectful in my mind. But you know what? That's just what it is. I'm not going to judge what they want to do, just like I don't expect them to judge me for knowing and believing that Matt Ryan was the right choice in 2008 when the Falcons took him. So I'm not sad about that at all. I still think Matt Ryan has a lot of years still left, at least 5 more left in him to be able to lead the Falcons to a Super Bowl. But if you saw that clip in the beginning, you saw Thomas Dimitroff talking to Mike Florio and Chris Sims about how he understands and he gets how the fan base must feel right now with 2 straight 7-9 seasons. Do you really get it, Thomas Dimitroff? You've been with the Atlanta Falcons for now going on your 13th season. Now, I'll tell you what was impressive. The amount of wins that Thomas Dimitroff was able to collect while being the GM and still is the GM of the Atlanta Falcons. They showed a statistic, 109 wins to 83 losses. You know how many Dan Quinn has in wins? 43 wins in his first 5 seasons as the Atlanta Falcons head coach. Now, you know how many wins that Mike Smith had in his first 5 years? If you guessed it, yes, 56 wins to 24 losses. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Smith knew how to win when he had a roster. That's something that Dan Quinn still needs to figure out and has yet to figure out for the Atlanta Falcons and his fan base. Now, I'm going to tell you this. When they chose George Tavecchio to be the kicker for the Atlanta Falcons, all of us knew and was hoping that George Tavecchio would work out. But unfortunately, George did not work out. And he sucked. So many of us, as my buddy J.R. Clark would call us, Twitter GMs, got on Twitter and started campaigning for Matt Bryant to come back to the Atlanta Falcons. We get Matt Bryant back. He doesn't even kick in the first game. But he comes in and he's kicking for the season and he starts stinking it up. Now, you know, Matt Bryant, I got much love for you, but you did stink it up. But I started looking at Thomas Dimitroff and Dan Quinn taking jabs at us like, see, this is the reason why we didn't want to bring Matt Bryant back. But since you fans wanted him, we brought him back for y'all to show y'all why we didn't want him back this season in the first place. But let me tell you this, Thomas Dimitroff and Dan Quinn, you shouldn't be listening to the fan base anyway. You guys are getting paid to make the top dog decisions for the Atlanta Falcons. Make your decisions. Do not allow us to sway your decision whatsoever, because that's what you get paid for. We're just here to show our emotion if the team's doing good or if they're doing bad. So I don't want you sitting up there taking personal jabs at us about, okay, Matt Bryant didn't do well, and now you guys got what you wanted and it didn't work out, slaps in your face, because you helped produce another 2 now 79 seasons for the Atlanta Falcons. I'm going to tell you something I didn't realize. I didn't realize in the beginning Pete Carroll went 79 back-to-back. But, guys, as you very well know, they were trying to build their roster. And when that roster got built in 2012, they've been winning, and winning. Now, I know they missed the playoffs at least one time since Pete Carroll has been there. But, ladies and gentlemen, they've been winning consistently, unlike the Atlanta Falcons and Dan Quinn. Many of us just knew Dan Quinn was going to be gone after that 1-7 start. But you got to give kudos to the team for fighting the way they did on Dan Quinn's behalf, saving his job, playing the way that they should have been playing the first 8 games of the season. Now, I get back to why I was telling you that Arthur Blank and Rich McKay were very smart to be able to say the things that they were saying before that last game, and the Falcons backed up every word that Arthur Blank was saying. One of the things he spoke about was the schematical issues that they were having in the first half of the season, how they were simplified, especially on the defensive side of the ball. Well, you got into this game against the Tampa Bay Bucks, and lo and behold, it looks like right now, with Raheem Morris at the head of things, now being officially named the defensive coordinator, and still having Jeff Albrecht helping him to call that defense, and adding in now new hire secondary passing game defensive coordinator, Mr. Joe Witt, with so many years of experience on the team to help call the games for the Atlanta Falcons, they may have fixed their issues because they did win that last game, backing up Arthur Blank's words totally. But we shall see if that continues into this season. Dan Quinn says yes, he feels that they have their identity. Let's see if that carries over. We don't know. But does that make the Falcons fan base any more confident than what they already are feeling or not feeling? No, it does not. Especially when you're hearing news that Austin Hooper, is most of our Falcons fan favorite, may not be returning to the team because the money is going to be so much different than what he can go out in the free agent market and make with another team. Look, I am not going to get in a man's way of making that big time money that he feels he deserves. No way are you going to see me doing that or being against Austin Hooper for doing that. But for the Falcons to sit here and say that they're not in cap hell, I highly disagree with that, because you're letting a guy who's giving you massive production, especially these last 2 seasons, and has gone to the Pro Bowl 2 seasons in a row, walk out the door, who's probably going to, like they say, reset the market for at least $11 million per. And it won't be in a new Atlanta Falcons jersey. So good luck with trying to find someone to replace him. Now, I'm looking at these 40 times in this combine. I did have at least 3 tight ends that I liked. But I don't know if they're going to be able to replace Austin Hooper. We shall see how the Falcons attack that position. Will they attack it in free agency? It's only a few guys out there right now. You may be able to get Hunter Henry on a good deal, or many people who are not really liking Eric Ebron idea. I like it. Now, I've been hearing a lot of people throwing out the name Cameron Brate. I don't even know if he's actually a free agent. Many people probably suspecting that he's going to be cut from Bruce Arians' offense because he is not a favorite fit for that scheme and what Bruce Arians likes to do. But we shall see. If he becomes available, does the new tight end coach and Dirk Cutter go after him, Ben-stadium, who is now the new tight ends coach after Mike Mularkey has retired? Do they go after him if he is cut? We should see if that's going to happen. But does that make us feel any confident about this team? No, it doesn't. Especially when we hear that you're contemplating cutting Devontae Freeman. You haven't done it yet. Now, I know the CBA has yet to be done, and a lot of teams are leery on cutting franchise tags, which officially has started. And it looks like, man, we might not have a defensive pass rusher that's going to even be on the market we're going to be able to get. Now, if we can get Dante Fowler, who has been trying to pitch himself to the Atlanta Falcons and knows Dan Quinn, has played in this defense when he was with the Florida Gators, we shall see if that's going to happen. But we don't know. Does that make us feel any confident about the Atlanta Falcons? No, it definitely does not. Hey, and the other thing is this, man. We don't have any money. We let Vic Beasley go, which a lot of fans was happy about that. But you've already spent on his 5th-year option. Now you got Keanu Neal's 5th-year option, who I believe is guaranteed because of his injury. You don't even know where he's going to fit because of how well Ricardo Allen and DeMonte Casey have played together in his absence. Now, word came out that Kamal Ishmael will not be re-signed with the Falcons, so I'm thinking he's going to fit in that hybrid safety linebacker role, which essentially really he's already been playing for the Atlanta Falcons anyway since he became an Atlanta Falcon. So nobody really knows what's going to happen with this team. Is Desmond Trufant still going to be an Atlanta Falcon? Many of us are saying that we don't want him to be here. He needs to be cut so we can get some more money on the cap. But guys, that's a lot of money to eat in dead cap space. Same thing really with Devontae Freeman, even though you could save potentially $3.5 million. It's so many uncertainties that you can't blame the fan base for being upset and have no confidence in this Atlanta Falcons team. Yes, you do have bandwagoners that are sure to jump off and have already jumped off and will not come back unless the Atlanta Falcons get back to their winning ways. But you have us true fans that even though we're going through what we're going through with this team, we're going to stick with them no matter what. And I'm definitely one of those guys. Now, with all the things that I talk about and have talked about, I'm sure I've missed some things on there. Hey, man, you comment, share what you feeling right now about the Atlanta Falcons, man, and let me know if you're feeling some of the things that I have put out there. I just wanted to do this short video, man, just to talk to you guys and just get a feel on how you feeling. I'm going to tell you right now, honestly, I don't have no expectations for what this team is or not. You guys know and have watched my videos for the 2019 season. The Falcons have just destroyed every prediction and feeling that I had. And they did a great job of reproducing that 2016 vibe and energy, but it didn't show up the week 1 against the Vikings. So let me know what you thinking, man. Are you feeling anything about what you think this team can be? Or are you feeling like most fans? Not confident at all. Hey, again, it's Toby D. It's Pound for Pound ATL. Peace. I'm out.